U.S. carries out precision defense strikes in Iraq and Syria against Iranian-backed militia. What's going on, guys? Mayk Electric. It is Wednesday, the 1st of January, 2020. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had good holidays, and I hope you're ready for some really wild times, because 2020 is upon us. It's an election year. No doubt all you're going to hear all year long is Republican this and Democrat that, and this, of course we still got all of the impeachment crap entertainment going on, What I want to submit to you in this video is it doesn't matter. None of this crap matters. The president of the United States doesn't matter. Whether it's Donald Trump's impeached or he's reelected or it's someone else. It's the same agenda playing out. Let's just get to this. U.S. carries out these strikes. Okay, that precipitated what happened next. Protesters storm U.S. Embassy compound in Baghdad. They're setting things on fire. They're flying their flag from the roof and all this. I got RT. U.S. sending, in response to that, U.S. sending 750 troops from the Middle East after Baghdad embassy siege. This come January 1, 2020. We've also got this from Daily Mail. January 1, Pentagon prepares 4,000 paratroopers for rapid deployment to Kuwait after Donald Trump said Iran will pay a very big price. And yeah, he's even on Twitter talking about, he tweeted these words. This is not a warning, it's a threat. This from the person with their finger on the nuclear football. This from the person who dropped the mother of all bombs when he was signed in office. Okay, this is very dangerous stuff here. Operation Blackjack warning on this for sure. I've been talking about this for years. We're just getting closer and closer and closer to it, people. The President of the United States, there's his tweet right there. This is not a warning. This is a threat. Let those words sink in. We got this. Now this is back from middle of December 2019, but with all of the tensions around the world, Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, Syria, Russia's top general warns World War III is coming in chilling prediction. No doubt. No doubt. People like me, people like F-Town, in-game over there, we've been talking about things like this for years. For years. We've been warning that this event had come. And it's, every year we're just inching closer to it. And I believe 2020 is going to be full of potential situations that could just light the powder keg. I mean, tell me what you think. Meanwhile, back at home, let's talk about this for a minute. NSA allowed to unmask U.S. citizens without surveillance warrant, says U.S. court. And if you don't like the source, find your own source. Do you think that all of the things that Edward Snowden exposed back in the day, do you think any of that stopped? Do you think exposing the NSA stopped anything? Do you think they're still not collecting cell phone data and listening to phone calls and reading your email? They're still doing everything. Nothing has stopped. It's just not talked about anymore. Because people assume it's all been dealt with because it was all exposed. No. The President of the United States, your Messiah, right? All of you Donald Trump people. Let me remind you of an article from February 2019. Trump pushes for 5G and even 6G upgrades. You do realize that 5G is the network that will provide the infrastructure for RFID tracking chips in every human being. Yeah, this sounded like absurd 10 years ago, right? Even myself, being someone who knows things about transmitters and receivers and antennas and the kind of wattage you need to go a certain distance, I thought to myself, there was no way they're going to be able to track people from satellites with chips in their hand. You just don't have the transmitter power. But you put a transmitter or receiver on every light post, lamp pole, street light, power pole, traffic signal. You don't need a lot of transmitter power. You got the perfect infrastructure. Your president's pushing this. Not to mention what this will do to the natural human frequency. Those of you who are into frequencies know what I'm talking about. The frequency of the human body, the frequency of the human brain. Everything's a frequency. And you got transmitters all over the place. Not only 5G, but smart meters everywhere. I mean, it's all over the place. And you could say, well, you don't have to live in the city. You can move out to the country. Yes, you can. But the majority of people aren't in a position to do that. And they wouldn't do it anyway because they think all this stuff is just conspiracy ridiculous. Did you see what happened while all the impeachment bullcrap was going on? 2019 running out. Congress crams a year's worth of policy into a quick, gigantic legislative package. They signed a $1.4 trillion spending deal, 2,300 pages. Nobody read any of it. You see, it doesn't matter who's in the White House. All of you people that bickering over Donald Trump and Nazi Pelosi and Republicans and Democrats, let me clue you in. Let's go back to 2008, 2009, when most of us agreed that it didn't matter. It's all the same thing. The same agenda is going on. They're passing trillions of dollars in spending bills in the middle of the night while you're distracted looking at other stuff. But what's included? What's some of the stuff included in this? Well, Ted Cruz posted a video on Twitter. Some of the stuff included in this: funds for government research on gun control. You know, the president who said, we're going to protect your Second Amendment, the one who took away your bump stocks. First of all, it bothered me so much to hear a president or any politician saying we're going to protect your Second Amendment, because it's not the job of a politician to protect anything that has to do with the Second Amendment. That responsibility falls on the citizen. That responsibility falls on the people. Shall not be infringed has no business being talked about by a president or a politician. That is the business of the American people. Anyway, actually watch Ted Cruz's video here on Twitter. He talks about all this stuff, including now you got to be 21 to buy a pack of cigarettes. You can go get your legs blown off in a war, but come home you can't buy cigarettes. I'm not a smoker, but I believe in freedom. I think people should be able to do and buy whatever they want. This is how Naomi Wolf talked about this, how societies are closed down incrementally, just little bits and pieces. You know, whether it's a pack of cigarettes or a bump stock, the same agenda is happening, no matter what's in the White House. How's that swamp drain coming, by the way? Don't see anybody taken away in chains. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, any of them? Breitbart puts this out. We got this big thing going on in Virginia with gun control. Speaking of gun control, Ted Cruz, Virginia AT to Second Amendment sanctuaries. New gun control laws will be enforced. Will they now? A politician telling you that gun laws are going to be enforced. Meanwhile, National Guardsman breaks rank on Dems' Virginia gun control. We will not comply, December 22nd. It's good to see that the National Guard will not comply. However, you might not apply now. But like I've been talking about for years on here, you let a scenario play out where there's a false flag in several U.S. cities, something like Operation Blackjack, and if you don't know what that is, I'll put those links at the bottom. You let a scenario like that play out, everybody's going to be on the same page. They are coming for your guns if something like that plays out. I'm going to recommend one video at the bottom, too, from TruthstreamMedia. They did a great video. What's your credit score? Your social credit score. This video is about 40 minutes long. It goes through all kinds of stuff. The current stage of where humanity is, not only in the United States, but around the world. Because I stand united with anyone who stands against the New World Order. And please, all of you people who were supposedly awake, stop calling it the deep state. Who even started that crap? Let's get back to 2008. Let's get back to 2009, 2010. When we were all on the same page. We called it the New World Order, because that's what it is. The deep state is a term for halfway awake sheeple, in my opinion. Check out their video. Please tell me what you think. Where do you think we're headed in 2020? You think it's good times? You think we're making America great again? How can people be so lost? All my friends out there who were around back in the day, I encourage you to wake up from the fog, from the illusion that your Messiah has shown up to fix what's wrong. Because, let me clue you in, nothing has changed. Nothing at all. The agenda is going forward, no matter what or who is in the White House. That is a distraction for the sheeple. All the crap. The Republicans, the Democrats, the impeachment. The agenda is still at play. Oh yeah. And it's going to come hard and heavy in 2020. Please rate this video. Please pass it around. Make people aware of these links. You want me to get back to making regular videos? Well, you better be prepared to hear the truth. Because there's nothing that's going to stop this. There's no president. The people need to be awakened to what's really going on. I will include a link to the documentary Wake Up Call. I still encourage everyone to share that documentary. That is the best 2.5-hour documentary put together that goes over everything. You want to know what's really happening? Watch that documentary. Because nothing has changed. Nothing. You're lying to yourself if you think it has. You guys take care, stay safe. Be ready for anything this year. I'll see you on the next one.